what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Limbus Company reaction. Actually, heads up, I'm going to be playing the games next month, and I'm not expecting to like them, but I'm going to give them a fair shake anyway. I'm going to be doing all 3 of the Project Moon titles in the same month, and I know I'm asking for a lot of stress in doing that, but at the same time, I want to try these, even if I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to have a good time. Either way, though, kind of irrelevant. Today, we are doing another Canto 9 boss theme. This is boss 5. I, again, don't know anything going into these. I remember the prior bosses, but I think that was like, what, boss 3? I don't even know if I did 4. I can't remember anymore. It's been like 2 weeks since I did those, so all of those memories are gone. So hopefully I don't need that information going into this one. It's probably just a different character, but I digress. I'm gonna listen to it now, so without further ado, let's go! Ooh. Okay. Little shamisen work. Okay. The falling tension there. Ooh. Ooh. Oh! I was gonna say impressive, but then I feel like I just got bitch slapped with that. What? And they're still doing the in the background. Ooh, atmospheric tension. So there's a history here. If the atmosphere is to be trusted. Nothing has an atmosphere without a pre-existing personality. They're characters, though, so. Ooh. The odd hits are interesting. And the aggressive chaos in the electronic stuff. All those synths are going insane. A cognitive decline, maybe? Sorry, I'm like locking in on these little like piano accents way in the background. Huh. I mean, the high intensity is here, obviously. We're getting a lot of that, like, oppressive sort of composition in here. It just feels overbearing. It's overwhelming. It's like it doesn't give a shit about you. And that makes it all the harder to figure out. Okay, well, this one's interesting because I can't quite place what's going on here. I'll make my guesses, but I don't really fully get it, I suppose. It has so much going on, and it doesn't feel like it has a single, like, end goal to it. My best guess is that this song is reflecting somebody who's crazy and or narcissistic. That's probably the best I can do, because it's like, it's everywhere, right? This is a song that has so much oppressive energy to it. It is completely bombarding you constantly, and that could just be their attack pattern being reflected in the song, but also just every single time you think that you have a little window, it's like, again, that spot where I mentioned it felt like I got bitch slapped. It's like, I feel like I was smacked by my mom for doing some heinous shit I shouldn't have done, and like, that's the vibe I got out of that, and it only happened the one time. The rest of it was pretty consistent after that like midway slap moment, but like, again, that oppressive feeling could easily come from a parental figure, and I'm not sure why the hell that's standing out in my mind, but maybe it's because of the other characters before this, like having some sort of like emotional disconnect and dissonance in their character that makes me feel like there needs to be a maternal figure or a paternal figure. Albeit this sounds a little too elegant to be like a testosterone-laden dude bro that's just like, oh, I'm gonna beat my children when I get home. I hated my day at work. It doesn't feel like that. It feels a little bit more, you know, eloquent, I suppose, but maybe that's just the shamisen speaking, because I do loves me that instrument. But man, it really does have this energy of just like an evil stepmother almost, where it's just like, I don't want to be here, but also I don't have a choice. What an intriguing track. Again, it's like the mix of everything going on here with the synths and everything, just that complete bombardment of the senses, obviously specifically hearing here. It's just like, where are you coming from? Why are there vocals? Why are there people joining you in this? Like I've mentioned in other reactions before, usually that's to signify people joining your cause, but they weren't present enough to feel like they were a part of the discussion, more like they were doing it out of an obligation. So maybe this character brings fear in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they demand respect in a way that feels so like pressing that it's oppressive, you know? The character is leaning more and more into that you're crazy and probably narcissistic energy, where you just can't get away even if you've tried, and you have no option but to deal with whatever bullshit they're doing because they have power over you. And it's just, there's nothing in the song that alleviates any of the stress. Even that one spot where it felt like it was stepping back, it was a slap. It didn't actually stop. It felt like the person was like reeling up, like loading their hand. Like, no, it's just, I don't know what's up with this song. I usually don't struggle all that much with these because they do such a good job. So my best bet here, and if I'm trusting my gut and trusting them for keeping this sort of consistency in their themes, that this character is exactly what I said. Somebody who's narcissistic, is extremely overbearing, probably has some sort of like sociopathic antisocial personality disorder thing going on where they believe that they're the center of the universe and everything belongs to them and what they choose is the fact and the truth and there is no other option, and they're just kind of doing things that way, and you have to, again, live with that, just like everyone else in that chorus that felt like they didn't really want to be there helping out. So again, for this character and for Studio EIM, me putting a lot of faith that they are keeping true to their personalities being reflected in the music, this has to be what it is. This has to be some sort of a maternal paternal figure that's just kind of a crazy bitch at this point, and you really have no choice in this scenario but to get the attitude slapped out of your mouth. So I think that's all I've got on this one. Everything else about it was kind of the standard for Studio EIM when it comes to the production quality, but there was so much bombardment of all of that sound. It was just a wall of information that I really can't parse anything in the mix that sounded like notably unique compared to anything else. So it was a really good song, but at the same time, it was just so much that I can't pick out anything that I would classify as like a really standout feature of this song. It was just their average quality, which is a really good quality on average. So like I said, I think that's about all I gotta say on this one. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to get to another one of these songs, I heard there's a lot of bosses for this one, and I'm sure I probably missed one going through these, so let me know if I missed any and I can go through some more, or any other songs you want me to get to, let me know. And like I said in the intro, I am going to be getting to these games at some point next month. I don't know exactly what order I'm going to do them in. I'm going to leave that up to a vote on my community tab, but I'm assuming it'll probably end up being like whatever the chronological version is. I really don't know exactly how the community feels about that because I've heard some conflicting thoughts, so I'll leave it up to them. But if you don't care about any of that, you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!